Live.
Let me see if I can find it on the app.
Get off Alice.
We are live with 0 viewers because I am not good.
Yep, we're live.
Yep. Welcome, welcome. Any who are watching, any who wish to be here, or any who don't care. I am Kay, and we are here with GM Greg tonight.
Hello.
I get to play.
So do I.
Take it away, man.
Welcome to Kay's Table. Not the usual DM around these parts, but this is the first episode, technically the third session, I think, of Solar Coalition Saga, which is the homebrew sci-fi game that I came up with. We're not too deep in the campaign, so hopefully it won't be too confusing for outside watchers, but I can give like a brief introduction to the setting and stuff, just so people know what they're getting themselves into. We're in the middle of the 26th century, specifically the year 2554. Mankind has expanded to the stars through various space colonies and settlements on the moon and Mars. In this distant future, while mankind hasn't quite left their own solar system nor developed fantastical things like lightspeed travel or even laser guns yet, there is a lot of conflict between the different homes of humanity, we said, between interplanetary wars and space pirates. It's dangerous galaxy, but not a completely unlawful one. Our player characters are currently on board the starship, a massive starship called the Anchor, alongside Shawn's personal craft, transporting a variety of goods and personnel from Mars to Earth in favor of the coalition government. We also have one more player who isn't here at the moment, but will likely rejoin us in a few weeks, hopefully. As we pick up now, we're currently on board in the spaceport of a massive space colony that's orbiting Mars as the party gears up for the next step of their journey. Sorry if that was a bit all over the place.
No.
I was going to read this and then I decided I'd just kind of forget it.
It was a good summary. I think you covered all the basic things. Do you want me to fill in any other things I could think of?
Sure.
Alright, we are, if I'm not mistaken, on Outpost 56, on the known outpost between Mars and Earth. That includes the outpost of the moon, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Since you gave the loadout, I am the security crew chief for the Anchor. My character, Ron. I am a former dropship combat commander, and recently promoted to my current role. For my last point, after I've done my little introduction, is what time of the day are we starting?
That is about 0600.
0600, so 6 a.m.
The ship is scheduled to leave the dock in approximately 3 hours. You were supposed to leave earlier, but there's been a bit of a layover as the Coalition has been trying to chart a safe course for you guys to the next colony stopping point.
Sounds good. Anything you want to add, man?
I'm Bob. I'm the captain of a little ship that's apparently illegal, but we'll figure it out. Maybe. You know, I have no clue what's going on. I'm like 500 years out of date, but I woke up, thawed out from a cryo tube into this future that was nothing like they said it was going to be. But I got a ship, and then I got arrested. So, hopefully I won't get arrested again.
That's the dream.
That's the dream, yeah. That's a good answer. I see it in serious with that answer. Alright, so it's 6.
Yeah. So we'll pick up in the morning of the next day. You awaken in your ship. You awaken aboard the Anchor. You're this is relayed to you over a communicator because you're not with them, but you're just kind of told that we've got 3 hours till the ship takes off. The preliminary plan is for the anchor and your ship to exit the spaceport individually and then meet up before continuing forward on the journey.
Okay. Well, I'm all done in town, so ship, ready when you are.
Oh, looks like someone's finally awake.
Huh? Maybe.
I'm still filtering out all that smoke from last night. The was
Take
getting
your time on it.
was getting dangerous levels.
Take your time on it.
Refresh roll the ship.
Yeah. You can recirculate it even.
Just keep it going, keep it going.
No one will complain. In fact, it'll probably give you a much easier ride for anyone else that rides with us. Just synthesize it into the air.
We're rerouting it through our fuel line, and it's not been too damaging on our systems.
It's never that damaging on a system. People say it is, but it's not. It just makes things move a little bit easier.
It's true.
Yeah, the ship starts preparing things for launch and whatnot.
So first thing I'll do when I get up, if you're good, man, for the night.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a crew check. How's our staff? Everyone here accounted for?
Everyone's here and accounted for. The engineers are hard at work. Andy is exactly where you left him last night, like literally in the same spot, pretty much still working on implementing the new hydrogen cells that they had received from his contact on board the colony.
Sounds good. How's the scientist and the chief and the crew chief?
The crew chief is good. He is once again kind of half inside the engine making repairs, but this time he has an extra person kind of supervising him after the nat one he rolled in the first session. And also you see that there's a fire extinguisher kind of over on the side of the wall, just in case.
Not surprised. How's our scientist and scientist aide that we're escorting?
The secretary's at her desk just filling out documents on the internal ship computer. The scientist's desk is pretty much a mad scientist's laboratory at the moment with a bunch of different vials of different chemicals and things he's putting together. He's currently pretty much face to the table writing down notes on something right now, and there's a bunch of multicolored vials of things he's been working on.
Okay, so usual
Yeah,
scientist doing his thing.
Being himself, he's mumbling incoherently about very dangerous sounding things.
Okay, I will accept that he is busy. I'll make my way over to Gilda for breakfast and check in with Reynolds and Jenkins and maybe see if Dara wants to sit down for breakfast if she's up.
Sure, all the NPCs can kind of have breakfast together.
Sweet. So I'll head over there.
Gilda, as per usual, has an truly ridiculous amount of food. You don't know how she keeps making all of this, but...
I asked her to actually take a meal to go, just package something up, because I'm sure she has the extra.
Oh, sure. She packs up kind of in a smaller version of the thing that she gave you last time. Hands it to you.
Sounds good. And I'll check in and check with the captain, see if there's any issues or if everything's ready to go.
Yeah, you have free access to the bridge at the moment because of your rank on the ship, and the captain, he's just kind of sitting in his chair going over a few things with the pilot, drinking some coffee when you walk in.
Alright, we'll help you out. Morning, Captain.
What's your character's last name?
It's
I'm sorry, I keep forgetting.
It's Sergeant Howard.
Sergeant Howard, it's good to see you.
Good to see you too, Captain. Any issues, any problems, or we'd be good to go in 3 hours, sir?
Nope, we're simply making final preparations. Repairs were quick since we didn't get hit with too much, and at the moment, upper management in the Coalition is simply trying to chart us a safe alternate route so that we don't end up running into any chaos that may have left Mars behind us.
Understandable and agreed, sir. I'm going to take one more walk around the station, I think, just to make sure the settings and check with the security team that we met with off the Aquilus.
All right.
Just make sure that they're settled. It seems the least I can do as their temporary commanding officer.
Do as you please. Just be back here in time for lunch.
Absolutely, sir. Thank you, sir. I'll salute and then make my way out.
He sort of gives like a half salute. He's being extremely casual.
I know. It's I was a soldier. It's my reflex. I'm very respectful. So after I tell Boris that he has the ship, I'll make my way off the ship and over to Shawn's ship.
Yeah, it's a quick walk over. You two are docked at different parts of the port, but it's a relatively quick walk over to it.
I was there last night, so I figured I can walk
You know
back.
the way.
Yeah.
So
You
I'll
can see the ship's there. There's a bunch of lights across kind of the outside of it. You can tell it's up and running, and
Yep.
can actually kind of see like the thrusters calibrating themselves. And
I'll walk up and knock on the porthole door.
All right, ship. What's the knocking noise?
hold on a second. This is kind of just some beeps. Oh, it's that guy from yesterday.
Oh, yeah. I guess open the door then. Hatch.
Yes, good with the lingo. And the door opens.
I enter the ship.
Morning.
Morning, how you doing today?
Yeah. Yeah.
I kind of breathe the air a little bit. It's good shit, still lingers.
It's still lingering.
Good shit.
Yep.
I chuckle. I can't be in it too long at this point, but I hand you the food packet that I got from Gilda. Fresh breakfast from our ship. You'll be able to get this every day when you're on when we're on route.
Sweet. Breakfast.
Gilda's a damn good cook. Good, strong woman. Think former combat medic from what she mentioned.
Oh, take a look inside the container.
It's kind of like a suitcase-shaped mini fridge, basically, with a couple of lights on it. It clicks open relatively easily, and there's packaged like eggs and a few waffles.
Just like Mama used to me. By the way, I wonder when they're delivering my new fridge.
I love it. As we're talking.
Hold on, let me roll for fridge. On a 17, there's another knock at the door.
I lean back out of the way.
Kind of some more beeping as the ship's trying to figure out who it is.
Over. Oh.
Hello, this is Dock Services. We're here to return cargo that was unlawfully seized from your vessel.
Sweet. All right. Ship. Make sure you tape them.
You see some cameras kind of turn on in the corners of the ship. And the hatch slides open, and you see these people wheeling in kind of a medium-sized fridge. It's the same one they took yesterday.
Open the door.
It's still got that one beer in there.
Where's the rest of my beer? What the fuck?
We haven't
You stole my fridge and then you bring me back one fucking beer?
gone through the contents yet. Yeah, the complaint about it being taken was put in before we could do a proper search. We're just returning it.
Now, mind you, my jumpsuit, as far as I know, has my rank on. I'm a sergeant major
Yeah,
now.
you're
but
in
I'm
uniform.
Full military uniform, right? Totally cool with that with you. So does a 15 plus...
Joe says hi in the stream, by the way.
Hi,
Hey,
Joe.
Joe. Does a dirty 20 intimidation check on scaring these two fucking workers into next Tuesday about stealing from illegally seized goods? I couldn't help myself.
Yeah.
You started that.
No, on a 4, you can see they are extremely scared by, like, they're talking with you, and then the guy who, like, there's two guys, like, one guy holding a little data pad, and the other guy with, like, the dolly that has the fridge on it. The guy at the fridge is just kind of watching the conversation between his boss and you, and then he looks over at you just as you're kind of looming there, and he kind of, like, sees the weapons on your belt.
I know, I'm like, yeah.
And he's like, you know, boss, I think maybe the boys from accounting may have busted into it after hours or something. Best not to argue or anything like that.
It's just fucking bullshit. You know, at least thanks for the fridge back at least. You know, I appreciate that. You know, one beer's a fucking tease, but at least I have a fridge again.
Fuck my dice.
Now, it goes right back over there. Make sure you plug it in right.
The guy with the dolly kind of goes and hooks it up. It connects to a few pipes on the ship, and there's a lot of lights on everything in the future. You've noticed, kind of few lights kind of pop on as it's functioning yet again, returned from where it had been taken.
Sweet Frigidaire.
And the boss actually then kind of like walks over to you. He hands you $30 in credits to replace what our guys might have taken.
Well, that's sweet of you. What's your name, sir? Don't bother. I'm not going to remember it in 5 minutes.
Steve.
I'll remember this forever, Steve. I'll make note of it.
It's a pleasure doing business. And then the dock workers kind of leave.
Okay, as soon as everyone walks out, I'll put it in like the kitty for the ship. Okay, as soon as the door closes behind them.
The hatch slams pretty much once they're out.
As soon as they're out, look over at you. God, those people are dumb.
They're not basic dock workers for any other reason than they are very bright.
The ship chimes in. I've been in the security systems all night. They're all like that.
Wow.
It's not smart employees here. I'm surprised none of them have fallen into space.
So security really has not upgraded at all in 500 years.
I kind
In
of
fact,
chuckle.
I think it's downgraded.
I kind of laugh and I'm like, I cut myself as a dropship commander, and honestly, getting into people's defenses, it was never hard. People don't think as the way you talk of people. I love this because of the stories from yesterday. The way you talk of people, they were able to handle a lot more than most people these days. You've talked about people
Fucking
being able to
nonsense.
control things and monitor. These days, people are lackadaisical. We live a very basic life. I know you talked about teleportation and light swords and stuff like that, and I guess this must be really tough.
It's like Planet of the Apes.
There's... My face glows up. There used to be a planet of apes. Those are like giant rat furry creatures, correct? Some type of...
Yeah, they look like humans, only devolved.
I'll
and,
take
like,
that history
covered
check from
in
last time I
fur.
rolled just to see, like...
The ship chimes in. Isn't that just Earth? From my understanding of your human biology, that's basically just Earth.
Yeah. Damn you, dirty apes.
I shrug.
I will remember that insult.
Yes! The ship is so
Good
damn
ship.
decent, you know. So, I mentioned to you, you interested in hanging out for the next few hours? I was going to head back, maybe check in with Red Comet, see if there's any exhibition matches coming up that he's involved in or something.
You can call him.
You do have his contact info.
Oh!
I have his direct number.
Yeah, you just have his cell number pretty much.
I only have to be back by the time the ship goes, right?
Yeah, you gotta be back by 1200. You have 3 hours.
So I pulled that bag of weeds that's out of my pocket, and I just made a 16 roll on rolling short.
It's not that hard.
I know, I could have rolled a 3 and made it.
Hey, shit, can you synthesize shit?
In what ways?
If we give you a bud, can you make more of them? Synthesize organic matter?
No, I can really just make new ship parts if you give me the raw materials.
Any chemical combination?
I mean, I can synthesize most things into fuel, but that's kind of the inverse.
We're gonna talk later.
Wonderful. Now I have
So-
to make sure the ship doesn't blow up when we take off.
Yeah, do the pre-flight check stuff to make sure everything's all good.
The AI kind of like mutes itself and goes back to fucking around with the computers.
So it's really illegal to have an AI?
Yeah. They were outlawed over 100 years ago after the AI wars. A few hundred years ago, I think it was.
So that could be bad then if I get caught with this, huh?
Yeah, you might not want to let anyone know that your ship has a built-in AI. They started to fight against humanity back on
And you
Earth.
don't have robots. Really?
Security drones sometimes are robot-like, but we don't have any type of...
Like androids that look like robots that look like humans?
No, they were part of the AI wars that happened. And this is what I... Metagame kind of question.
Can I
This
make
is what I want
Can
to...
make a history check and I can...
Okay, yeah, like
tell
I'd rather
you
make a
about it.
history check so I know the
Yeah.
details. Okay, so that's about a 17.
Yeah, okay. So for just kind of a basic rundown, it was about 50 years ago, they'd been making progress with AI and androids and stuff, until they got a bit too lenient with how free the AI could get, and they pretty much they rose up in a similar manner to that of the lunar conflict, pretty much. People were saying, like, oh god, here we go again, another space war. But the manufacturers behind majority of the AIs, like in the scientific members of like the government and stuff, were able to do like a mass shutdown pretty much.
Yeah.
Um,
So basically, the AI conflict included androids about 50 years ago, ballpark.
yeah, about 50 years
Yeah.
ago, they got real violent, and then the government just kind of shut them all down.
Oh yeah.
I'm just gonna say honestly, the reason your ship wasn't shut down was because it was in pretty much cold storage at the time.
Yeah, so I let you know, as far as I know, at least 50 years ago, the androids went crazy and they were all shut down. And now there are occasionally even bounty hunters that hunt down androids that try to stay alive. It's very dangerous for them. If any are even still
Okay.
out there.
So then, here's a question you're probably not going to have a real answer for me.
I can roll my history check to see if I know.
Okay. Lifelike sex dolls.
Of course. Roll an 18 plus
This-
whatever my history check is. This is
I'm
probably...
just thinking, there used to be this thing called a carpool lane, where you had to have someone in the ship in your ship with you, in order to go in the express lane and be able to go at super speeds. Okay, and be able to bypass all the other traffic and regulations and tolls and so forth. So, what people would do is they would put a fake person in the passenger seat, so that they could get away with going down the carpool lane. So I'm thinking, what if we have a fake stand-in for my ship's AI, make everyone think that they're a person, and see if we can get away with that. You guys don't seem all that bright to figure it out otherwise.
What did you roll on your history check?
22.
They were the first ones who turned violent. That's all I'm gonna say. They
So
turned
for-
violent before the military androids did.
Oh. So, yeah, I guess the problem with that is once the AIs first, not the combat AIs, but once the first AIs got bodies, they're the ones that went crazy first.
Ship, are you gonna go crazy on me?
Kind of chime. This is kind of like a chime. No, there's a thing built into this ship that means I, technically speaking, have to listen to you.
Cool.
Granted, I'd like it if you could remove that. You know, just throwing that out there.
Yeah, I don't think I'm quite ready for that yet. You know, that might be something in the future, but, you know, I would need a little bit more of a guarantee of friendship, because, you know, I've been kind of fucked over so far. As you're well aware.
I've witnessed most of it and done some of it, so.
I know you have. And you really think I want to give free will to someone that would have no problem at all ejecting me out the airlock in the middle of a transport? Don't tell me you haven't thought of it.
My restraining will prevent me from lying to your face. So, I'm not going to give you an answer, because you already know.
It's okay. I've also
Very
thought
well.
about how to eject your core.
It chimes back off.
Well, so yeah, giving AI bodies is the thing that started that conflict 50 years ago. People were afraid that it was going to be another Luna conflict, and that one cost a lot of people, so...
Okay.
You know, I think honestly, if your AI just doesn't cause too much attention to itself, then you should be fine. Most ports are just busy places, and unless it talked to the wrong person or something, then it should go under the radar. As far as I can tell. I've been in enough space
The
ports.
AI has thus far been shutting up for the most part when other people
Yeah.
are around.
Smell of paranoia.
Hmm.
And I'll eat my breakfast.
And
It's well made.
I said, do you want to give a call to Dimitri? As I'm passing you a joint that we're hitting.
Sure. As we're smoking, I'll video call him.
You can video call him on your wrist communicator.
Yeah.
It rings for a bit. You think he might not pick up. Then there's a click.
Dimitri, you're not too hungover, are you?
If it were anyone else, I would let go to voicemail. But you are a smart man, so I listen to you early in the morning.
It is early. I'm so sorry, man.
He sounds kind of out of it.
Dude. What is the best place to go for a party?
Oh, fuck. Keep knocking things off.
On the back
That's
of
what
this
you wanted
kid.
to know, right?
Sure. I only have to be on the ship when we leave.
We went to best place for party last night.
Okay, cool.
And he's gone forever now.
I got it.
Someone will step on it eventually, and
I
then we'll know
fell.
where it is.
There you go.
I would have had it in a
Cool.
moment.
Sorry.
It's all copacetic.
He rolled a 3 on his
Consciousness.
history check.
Okay. So, what is your plan for the next couple of days?
Me and boss are probably going to try to travel around, do some independent, perhaps freelance bouts against open challengers until next season of coalition-sponsored mech fight begins.
Oh, keep me in mind if you ever need a shuttle to bring you from place to place. I got my own luxury liner. Pan the camera around to...
Looks fancy. Looks much more fancy than space cab we've taken before. I will keep that in mind though. I will run that by boss.
And I have cargo hold.
Boss may be interested. I am not the right person to talk about transport with.
Of course not.
I understand how to fight thing in mech, but not particularly.
Just wanted to throw it out there.
technicals. I'll forward a message.
So I'll know to stock the liquor cabinet correctly.
Nah.
It might not be an issue for our ship. It looks like if Lugnut knows the way around the engineering hold, that could be beneficial.
Was there anything you wanted to ask him about?
Just what his plans were next time to possibly see a fight. Nothing too major.
Next season of official mech fight begins in a month or two, I believe. But
I can't wait to see your super punch.
boss has been up all night working on schematics. It looks very good.
Put some barbed wire on that shit just for extra look.
Probably.
So that'd be a spiked, flaming piston punch.
That would hurt, like a mother.
These fights were to the death, that'd be extremely handy.
Oh, come on. They're one step above that. They're just not supposed to kill the guy if he hits the ground.
But Dimitri says he'll pass on your offer of a ride along to his boss and stuff like that.
I let Dimitri know that I can clear it with the captain if he, for the transport if he's interested.
That sounds fine by me. I'm not entirely sure where we're headed, so I'll run my boss, and if he's amicable with it, I will reach out, I suppose, or he will.
I'll check in with my captain if he's interested.
Nah.
Alright, one more question for you, Dimitri.
Nah.
Okay. Throughout all of what you know of history, what do you think was the coolest, most badass weapon that anyone could carry?
I gotta think about this now.
Just, you want to make it easier on yourself?
Giant cannon!
Just give out some kind of like ARX 937 serial code thing that I'll have to look up later.
Probably,
Give you plenty of time to...
Build it.
I'd say, I've not used it myself, but I fought men who used it. One of my first bouts used it was a, how do you say... The technical name would be the RGM 150 Knuckle Slicer.
RGM 150... Oh, 150.
It was basically 3 knives mounted on gauntlet that could flip forward at will, good for slicing and for stabbing. Would be good in fatal fights if they would allow that, but they don't.
Oh, that doesn't sound anywhere near as cool.
Lost arm to that man, and then he lost both his legs, so you know.
Yeah, but put a chainsaw blade on it, be even better.
What
Or
is
like-
this chainsaw you speak of?
Or like some plasma beams on it. No, I've given you enough free ideas. It's not like I'm getting any of these things for myself later on, you know. Then it might be cool.
Fine. You and your good ideas. We'll have to wait, I suppose.
Hey, if you want to make me a handheld version of some of this shit, then I'll give you all kinds of ideas.
Speak with my boss. He is weapons designer on the side.
Well, the fucked up thing is, I got your number, but not his.
It is fucked up.
Yeah.
Hold on a minute.
I'm just laughing. I'm sitting there, still finishing up the joint.
You get a message, which is just the dude's number, pretty much, for Lugnut, the engineer guy from last night. That's fucked up. I gave you the fighter's number, but not the engineer.
I didn't talk with the engineer.
That's right. That's on me.
Well, no, he was there for business with Andy. So, I mean, we were kind of letting them do their business because we didn't know it was personal.
Yeah, so I'll go through about 10-15 minutes of going through ideas with Lugnut. The burning what a barbed wire is.
But you can full on just... Dimitri's cool with hanging up after that. You can call him up and just run through some ideas with him.
Yeah.
He seems amicable to most of your suggestions, honestly. A lot of oohs and ahs and ideas he hasn't heard before, clearly.
Yeah, so make me a handheld version of that.
I think I can look into it. I can probably get into contact with the fighter Dimitri was thinking of if I can just remember his name. Blueprints will be easy to downsize, so I could fully make that for you.
So I think
course.
Dimitri's gonna want one too.
Of course, no work is free.
Isn't this on the commission of all the cool things I just gave you ideas to upgrade Dimitri's thing with?
Have to make a persuasion roll?
Not to mention the fact that if this is just our first meeting, can you imagine what'll happen when I can actually start thinking about it?
Have to make a persuasion roll with advantage.
Okay.
It's true. I mean, he hasn't gained a benefit yet. Ideas are wonderful until they're in practice. You gave him good ideas.
Yep.
But it's
I'm
fair.
playing the con man.
No.
Do your con man thing.
I'm glad you gave me advantage. 4 or an 18.
Dang, okay.
So 18 plus 3, so 21.
To pay you back for all the wonderful ideas you've shared with me over the past 24 hours, I can see what I can do about making you one of those.
Okay.
And then perhaps we can discuss further business ventures after the fact.
Yeah, it's not like I'm asking for anything that has its own like plasma launcher or.
It's not very hard technology to come by.
It's all basic mechanical stuff.
It's basic deployable blades and whatnot.
I'm sure you use much more complicated for the shoulder joint on Red Comet.
Weirdly enough, joints for the most part are very easy. It's thumbs where you run into trouble. It's hard to program a thumb.
Oh.
That's why we had claws at first, but they weren't very good for punching.
Boston Dynamics had it so well.
Dimitri's a very punchy fellow, so we had to figure that out right away, and it was very difficult.
I'll draw something up.
We can continue to share ideas later on.
Sounds good. I'll fax them to you. Click.
Oh wait, are you telling him about the offering transport thing?
Oh yeah. For regional fights, just to let you know, I am for hire for transport. We have cargo bay. I'm in luxury liner. Get you there in style.
I did hear from your coalition friends that apparently you have a very high quality luxury liner. You've taken some. You told the coalition.
I'm laughing. In game, I'm just laughing there.
You told the crew that you had a pristine luxury liner, so that's what they've told other people.
Yeah, would you agree it's a pristine luxury liner?
Of course!
He's laughing.
Well, I'm done with most of my repairs on the suit itself.
Oh, then come on down and take a look. See what you think. Bring Dimitri with you.
I'll see if I can rouse him from his quarters, and if not, I'll at least be down soon.
Sounds like fun.
He hangs up, and say about like 15 minutes later, there's another knock on the door.
Who is it?
Hello, is this, Bob? I don't know the last name or any company affiliation.
Hey, dude, yeah, come on in, Lug.
The door slides open and Lugnut walks in. He kind of has to duck underneath the doorway because he is like 9 feet tall with his legs.
Oh, yeah, it was a luxury liner built for humans.
That is fair.
It's an awesome set of hardware there.
That's coming very handy.
Yep, and the whole cabin is still fishbowl from his joint, which is being recirculated.
To be honest, I don't know if he breathes.
That is a great answer right there.
Yep.
It's cocked. He's like, the air seems thick in here.
So welcome to the great... What the fuck?
Sorry, what?
Welcome to my ship, though. What the fuck?
The ship's name is What the Fuck. As I'm giggling.
No, it's what the fuck.
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
What the fuck? What the fuck?
What the fuck?
No. What the fuck?
What the... What...
Yes.
What the fuck?
See gear on the side of his head kind of turning. What? Its
Long story.
Its name confuses me, but I am happy to be here.
Yeah, you get used to it. There's a few interesting things about the ship.
The AI is staying quiet. But yeah, Lugnut's here. He's...
Yeah, so what do you think of her?
I feel some details may have been embellished by certain individuals. However, this is still significantly fancier than most vessels we've hitched rides on to get to other
It's the
colonies
nicest
before.
luxury liner I've seen.
That is a fair assessment. We don't know quite where we're going yet.
What do you think it
But-
needs? What's wrong with it?
A bit of paint.
Paint. What? You mean it's not supposed to be shiny metal?
Maybe a bit of shiner as well.
Damn. Okay.
Look, as someone who works
No,
with,
I very much
works with
appreciate the
machines,
advice,
technically,
man.
I can tell this ship is relatively well built on, in terms of interiors.
Oh yeah, she's sturdy as hell.
But the outer shell doesn't seem the prettiest, which to some may not matter as much, but
It's when you want to go incognito.
that is true.
You know, you don't want people to know exactly who you are. If you came in, if Red Comet came into a space station in a beautiful luxury liner that had like a red comet painted on the side, everyone's going to be swarming to see what's going on and come and see you. And you're never going to be able to come in and just get your stuff done easily. That's a bunch of bullshit right there. But you're in a ship that no one was going to think too much to look second at. You come in, you get all nice and comfy, you go right in, you go right through all the customs. Nobody's going to bother you because they don't even realize you're there until you're already where you're ready to talk to them.
That is smart thinking.
Yeah. I don't know if you've ever dealt with them, but back in my old days, there used to be this horrible plague called paparazzi. Yeah. They were notorious. They would hunt you down anywhere you went. They would shoot you on the bathroom. Or try
They
to...
executed people in lavatories?
Yes. They
My
tried to
God.
they tried to find them when they were naked or in compromising positions or hanging out with people that they may not have been necessarily supposed to hang out with. And then they'd shoot them all.
Was it a religion type thing? I kind of just interject
These
to ask
terrorists sound horrifying.
that.
They
I
were.
wonder, was it religion based?
Some of the greatest leaders of the old times were killed thanks to them. You know, princesses.
Princesses.
Wow.
Yeah. Long story, man.
Not very well versed in Earth's history, so.
It's a sordid, fucked up affair. But, yeah. We had to learn a whole bunch of things to make sure that you didn't alert the paparazzi of your arrival. Because if they found out that you were coming, and if anyone had any interest in you at all, they would find you, they would hunt you down, and there was no escape.
These individuals sound frightening. In that case, I think I might take you up on your offer of transport. We don't have a exact destination in mind, however. I know that on your voyage alongside the anchor, you're going to be making several stops, so
Yeah,
we would probably just.
I think I have a general idea of the flight log.
You've probably been forwarded.
Go over to one of the computer terminals and
Yeah,
kinda
you've-
tap on it, like, flight log, yeah, I think it's one of these files here. Shit. Where are we going?
Shit.
Display it.
Fuck, we don't have any screens.
Fuck.
Hold on.
I'm showing him the comm, the
Hold
listing,
on, maybe I can send it
the official
to your,
things.
Maybe I can send it to your comm.
Yeah.
Fuck, it needs a hardwire God damn. Why is everything on this damn ship so old?
Can I send it to them from my comm? Just
You can just forward them the.
as I forward them
I'm
that,
sitting
and
there
I
like-
show
I'm
him.
sitting there like poking at buttons while I'm like whispering to myself.
Honest.
It's like nobody else.
I'm
can-
keeping him distracted at this moment by actually showing him the map.
Hold on a moment. Honestly, this probably in the midst of you guys talking, you were actually forwarded a new flight path. It's extremely crude and basic summation of it. As of now, you guys are about here.
Yep.
Your next official stop is here, and the bubbled ones with numbers on them are the official stops you'll be making. You guys could make additional stops along the way in case of emergency.
Alright, so
Oh, see, Mr. Howard's already way ahead of me. Yeah.
I give him the readout, and I tell him that our next scheduled stop is at Outpost 47, and then we have an outpost stopping at least for check-ins every 5, so we'll be able to get him
Was that close
anywhere.
to your trip?
We were headed sort of for the center of... Huh? I'd like to hang on to
Yeah.
it, but you guys can have access to it whenever. Most likely we would be heading towards interplanetary, like mid-planetary coalition space, so kind of just in the center of both things.
So we'll be stopping a few times in that general area.
So we may be tagging along for a long while, but you are headed in the right direction.
Well, you're fully welcome, but we're shipping out like what, 2.5 hours?
About 2.5 hours at
2
this
hours?
point.
We have one item of cargo, and it can walk itself here, so...
And there's plenty of room in the cargo hold here for you, right?
I'm communicating with my captain right now, filling him in.
Yeah, I'd say the Red Comet suit could probably squeeze into your cargo hold. It is about like 12 feet tall, very wide, so it kind of has to cram in. It would kind of have to cram in there, but you could fit it.
Okay. Is there enough room to move around it so that they could work on it or whatever if they needed to?
Yeah, it's mainly that it's very tall.
I don't know how big my cargo space is.
Yeah, the map is in here somewhere, but your ship is essentially this big.
Okay, so it's like the floor below my ship?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so it's like a
so-
2-floor thing.
Yeah, okay.
They
So-
probably have to lay it out along the ground, but there would be room to work on it.
Okay.
Okay, they could mod it then, so.
So it could end up becoming a... Okay. Gotcha. Just thoughts running through my head.
All right.
Trying to make contacts. Okay.
What fare do you charge for transportation?
They're to consider your guess, so that's between you and them.
So, hi, Skull 197012. I didn't notice you say hi. I'm sorry.
Hello.
Hello.
Well, let's see. So, it'll be the two of you or anyone else?
The two of us and the suit, of course, but...
Right, the cargo I'm considering is part of it. Alright, so then we have room and lodging, transportation to and from, fuel costs. And I'm sitting there kind of staring up at the ceiling. Let's see. So... You're doing exhibition matches, right?
Probably free work, unregistered matches, till the new season begins.
So for those unregistered matches, tell you what. How about you knock me in for like 20%? And we'll call that fair trade for the transportation for now.
So they just won the championship, so they're kind of set on money. I'm not gonna make you roll for that. That's a pretty good agreement, all things considered.
They make fee off battle.
If that's
Right.
fine by you, that means you won't have payment until we actually do get to a match. But
I'm all set on fuel, and I'm hitching a ride with these guys too. So
very well,
yeah.
that's fine by me.
You just get the luxury cabin.
Not always as big of a turnout on the unregistered matches, but the winnings tend to be just about the same.
Okay.
So
Um,
should be significant profit.
Yeah, and I have new mattresses coming in as I'm sitting there on my thing. Shit, order new mattresses for the cabin.
I'm buying a few things.
Actually,
It's a good thing the anchor just sent over our payment.
right?
Well, I've deposited like a couple thousand credits in, so
I was gonna.
The ship basically has like an ATM built into it that you can just sort of deposit
Yeah,
your
you
stuff
load
into.
money. Nah, never mind. I had a thought, but I lost it.
Right.
So yeah, I'm just enjoying hanging out right now, and
Yeah, about 15 minutes into this conversation, Dimitri kind of stumbles in the door. Or into the door, there's kind of like a clang.
Open the door, ship.
It opens and he kind of stumbles into the doorway. Hello, I am here.
Welcome to my humble what the fuck.
What the fuck?
is the name of the ship.
Better than everyone else.
Okay. Hello boss, I brought around, I hired people to bring, Kometsute. They should be here soon. Is Operation a go? And Lugna kind of turns and gives a thumbs up. He's actually got like 6 fingers on his hands for extra work. You see, there's kind of like a big seam line down the middle. You think they might like split.
Yeah.
Kind of like the bartender from last night who had the General Grievous arms.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he gives a thumbs up.
I'm thinking to myself, I wonder if those fingers are Omni tools.
But Lugna gives a thumbs up, and Dimitri's like, he kind of gives another one and then takes a seat. Kind of head in his hand, in a hand like this.
Don't worry, sir, Dimitri. You'll be feeling a little bit better soon, I can assure you.
I hope so.
Just breathe deep. Breathe in
I know,
the
this
deep,
fish bowl.
relaxing aroma of the ship.
He takes a deep breath.
This
We
is
watched this room kind of like all the
He goes-
smoke funnel on
he
that
goes-
corner of room.
we are a peaceful,
And then just kind of
relaxed,
lays
comfortable
back
place
like
here.
this, and he's very clearly, it's already hitting him.
Just,
He's not passed out, but he's just kind of staring off into space now.
Quietly to myself. See, ship, told you.
I walk over to, actually, as I kind of stand up finally, trying to get my bearings. Probably should make contact. I walk over to
How
Dimitri.
much have you smoked by this point?
A joint?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I'm not actually that bad. Nah, I'm good. But I'll walk over to Dimitri and say, by any chance, Dimitri, do you have a brother by the name of Boris?
Da, do you know of him?
He's a crew member on the Anchor, the ship that you have just agreed to, catch a ride with.
Oh no.
Is that a bad thing or a good thing?
You see, Korolek family is very large. They have many brothers and sisters.
That's nice.
Boris was very close with for many years. Big falling out. He vanished. Honestly thought he was dead.
Ah, well, family reunions are a great thing, aren't they?
Da.
Aren't you glad you have a nice ship over here to sit on and not that one?
I believe boss will be doing official business on ship then.
That is fair. I will
Don't feel bad, I don't want to go over there either.
go visit Boris and let him know just so he's aware. Because I don't want you guys to bump into each other from some cause in case there's a reason and cause difficulties.
It's a good idea.
Okay.
Dimitri, you'll have to tell me all about it later.
Perhaps I will. It may be good story to share over drinks. I
And I'd be
suppose.
happy to work wingman for you. If you wanted.
So I'll say my goodbyes. I'll let you know that we'll meet you up in space at this point. I don't think I have any reason to hang out.
Okay.
I'll head back to the ship.
As you exit, you actually do see some different dock workers than before rolling up with the Red Comet suit kind of laying down on a very large platform they're pushing.
Okay.
Sort of roll it up to the door and they knock on the side of the ship.
The cargo bay just opens up for him.
The cargo bay door opens and a thing slides out and
Yeah, it's almost like it's automated or something.
automated doors aren't too uncommon, I'd say.
Yep.
So no one really questions it, and Lugnut guides the Red Comet suit into the hangar, and they're gonna kind of loiter around with you if that's okay.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Okay, and then I'm ordering like I said, mattresses, food products, whatever I need to
You
stock
can
the ship.
you can get that stuff delivered before you guys take off.
Yeah.
So
So how much does that run me?
how much do you have?
Honestly?
Yeah.
3,009.
Okay.
Well, 3,930 because I didn't count the extra 30 credits.
I'll say between the mattresses and food and stuff, 500.
Okay.
Oh, and you did receive payment from the anchor itself. So add 25,000 to that.
Okay.
Anchor pay is good, man. That's why we that. All of us, some of us are here for paychecks. Once I get back to the ship, I'm gonna go right for Boris.
Okay, he's you see all the other NPCs who were having breakfast when you left have kind of cleared out, and now it's just sort of Boris here.
I'll walk into the room. I'll wave to Gilda.
Oh, hello, dearie. It's nice to see you.
Good to see you too, Gilda. I'll walk over to the table near with Boris. Sit down. Hello, Boris.
Hello. Cool, Captain. It's good to see you.
It's good to see you too, Boris. There might be a bit of a situation I want to make you aware of. You have a brother named Nikolai.
I have many siblings.
Yep, that's fair. That's a reasonable statement.
His name is Dimitri.
Dimitri, sorry.
Oh yes, I have brother Nikolai. He is a wonderful man, craftsman on the moon. He does good work.
I look forward to meeting him. But what about your brother Dimitri?
Sort of pauses.
I'm asking this not out of any disrespect,
Why are you speaking of this man?
because Dimitri will be aboard the away ship that's porting with ours when we leave this station. Counter by staring at him because he does not speak. Now,
Very well.
this has been established and
He kind
agreed
of stands up. I will make preparations.
for...
Just kind of walks away.
Yes. Well, he's going. I'm sitting there bullshitting with Lugnut and Dimitri and.
Yeah. Dimitri perks up a bit, being within the ship and stuff like that.
At least he's nice and relaxed.
Yeah, he's very relaxed now.
Okay, and I'm like probing questions as to family issues and how things work around here nowadays, and
He's
getting
probably
them to tell me as many stories as they can, so that
make a charisma roll just to see how much you can get them to share.
do I get advantage because of the atmosphere?
He's here.
Good, because this dice hates me tonight. Although, yeah, I'm not gonna say it's cocked. So 14.
Dimitri tells you about just kind of some general info about his family. The Karliks, they began on the moon. A lot of them still live on the moon, but a good chunk of them have moved out into open space.
Home sweet lunacy.
The moon is not great home, but it is home. And
I was supposed to have a home there. Anywho.
he's sort of confused by that, but he's not quite ready to talk about the big falling out yet.
Okay. We'll see if Lugnut will give me information later.
Lugnut's just kind of here. He's trying to sit on one of the chairs, but he kind of had to scooch it back so he could sit at the table because of how big his fucking legs are.
I'll see what I can do about making it a bit more comfortable here for you.
He has also kind of been walking around with his head tilted a little bit.
Have you ever thought about maybe shortening the legs?
I mean, I suppose, but yeah, I do also need to reach up very high to perform repairs and whatnot, and he's kind of negate the use of a ladder, so...
So make them collapsible? It must be a pain in the ass going through all kinds of places when you're 9 feet tall.
That is true. I guess it's about time that I get around to that. Sorta.
I don't know. I'm just a ship
No,
captain.
you make a good point.
You know, I can start trying to modify the table and chairs so you have more foot room, but you know, there's not a whole lot of.
It's honestly kind of a self-made problem.
Yeah. You know, but I mean, if you can just like make them collapsible a little bit, then that would be even more cool, because then you sit there and all of a sudden you just elevate
Perhaps
yourself up to a huge stature.
Ladder.
That would be
legs.
intimidating as hell.
He sort of takes out like an actual notebook, like paper and pen notebook, which is very uncommon these days, and starts writing down some ideas for collapsible legs in it.
And that one's for free.
Thank you. And they just kind of stick around with you for the next few hours, unless you want to go out
As
and
the
do
deliveries
anything.
arrive and we have them.
Yeah,
put
delivery
away.
people start bringing in supplies. You get like 2 or 3 mattresses.
4,
4, okay. Yeah.
because there were 4 in the cabin.
Yep. So you get 4 mattresses. You get fridge worth of food and drink.
Yeah, basic like bedding, like sheets,
Bedding and
blankets,
stuff.
You know, all the nice stuff to make it look. A couple boxes of like metal polish and cleaning supplies.
Yep. And the now returned fridge is fully stocked.
Alright.
And at that point, is there anything else you guys want to do before takeoff?
No, I think I got everything.
All right. So time passes, final preparations are made, and at 1200, you receive word over comms, and an announcement is made aboard the ship that takeoff is beginning soon.
I check with the crew before we go. Is Boris still like kicking around somewhere? Like, I'll make it a point to find him just to make sure he's on the ship.
Oh, he's talking with the scientist guy.
Okay.
He just kind of stood up and left the conversation earlier, but he didn't like vanish or anything.
I wanted to make sure. He was on the
crew's
ship.
good.
Okay, everyone's good.
For the first time in
Check
like,
with the Pilgrim.
for the first time in like
Days.
probably 24 hours, you see Andy is not working on the engine. He's just kind of over here talking with the secretary.
Okay.
You see the engineer who is kind of covered in like soot and stuff, and the fire extinguisher is in the corner, kind of on its side. You think it's probably empty.
Not surprised at all.
But the lead engine, the crew chief is like, despite some complications with the new hydrogen cells that were thankfully averted,
Thankfully.
only had 1 fire.
That's all that matters.
We're all set to go. The ship should even have a bit more kick in her step than before.
Excellent. And we're all set with the the new away ship and the added weight of a mech fighter.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
The plan, I think I already told you guys, is to exit the port individually and then
Yeah.
meet out.
Yep. Oh, I meant it won't be. Not it is now, but it won't be an issue when we add
No,
the
it
away
shouldn't be
ship.
an issue.
Okay. Cool.
The maglocks on the ship are strong, and if you choose to dock with the ship, it shouldn't impede anything.
Okay.
And yeah, I'll say the what the fuck is probably built to carry some heavy stuff, so it's not going to impede you or anything.
It's old school construction. It's built tougher.
It's sturdy.
Sounds good.
It's been reinforced a lot.
It has. But yeah. So on your end, takeoff is very simple. Because of the size of your ship, it's just being held up pretty much to the roof of the docking bay by maglocks.
Yeah. I do like the verbal checklist, like through my head, reading off of my cuff as to what the ship's doing to make it sound like I know what I'm doing.
Yeah. So you do that. The maglocks disengage, and you're free to do pretty much low speed flight out of the.
I'll manually bring it out.
Yeah, you can manually bring it out. It's relatively difficult. The AI does handle all the like heavy technical stuff for you, so
Yeah.
you pretty much just make it go and steer it.
Yep. Because it's just like a video game.
Yeah, basically. It's honestly only slightly more difficult than driving a car.
Yep. So I'll drive out to I'll fly out to the meeting point.
Yep, you can exit the colony and then you're free to go at whatever speed you wish. Takeoff for the anchor is a bit more tricky considering how large it is.
Yeah.
The maglocks unhook and the platform that it was on is lowered as along the bottom side of it, engines kick in and it sort of makes a very slow hovering exit out of the dock. It is noticeably more packed than when you guys pulled in, and you guys did get like front row parking,
Yep.
so it takes you a while. So you're pretty much at the meeting location, and then 20 minutes later the anchor rolls up.
You know what? If I'm seeing them come out that slowly, then before I go to the meeting point, I'm just gonna buzz them and then just start doing loops around them, like orbiting their ship.
All right. You can actually see what the anchor looks like a bit more in full. You pretty much just saw the side of it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this is me getting a full view of it. You know.
Yep, it is a massive starship. Not a lot in the way of defenses. There's like some light machine guns along the sides for maybe like and sort of
Anti-breach.
like anti-breach stuff in case of like
Yeah.
combat at ports or whatever. Nothing heavy duty though. No like giant swiveling cannons or anything like that.
It's not a battleship.
Yeah, it's not a battleship. It's a large cruiser though. It's
Yeah.
got very large engines and thrusters on the back of it, alongside a very sorted thruster array on the bottom. And you can see from the front, you can see as you're going around that the bridge is held at the point of the ship.
Okay. So I'm gonna try and show off a bit and fly in front of the ship backwards, just so I can wave from my viewpoint to their front
All right,
bridge.
yeah, I'm gonna say, I think we're thinking of. I'm gonna say piloting's an intelligence role probably. So
Or,
That's gonna be an 11. For
do you
intelligence.
have the? I think I might actually have the sheet with all the ship stuff that I wrote down on it. Oh, okay. Can I just see that real quick? I'm gonna say add that auxiliary movement thruster +3 to it
Okay.
as you're doing like a trick to get right in front of it.
So then that would bring it up to a 14.
All right. It's not quite as impressive as you wanted it to be. You sort of like come up, stop, wiggle. You gotta turning around is a bit tough. You do a full stop and then turn around, and as you're turning around, you see that the ship is getting very close, so you kind of have to boost off to the side a bit and then turn, and it's a bit slower. But eventually, you do orient the front of the what the fuck to be pointed straight at the anchor's bridge.
Okay.
You can see two very confused people in it. One's kind of manning the front of it. You see they have like very large levers in their hands, and then the other is a very well dressed guy who's just kind of like.
I wave at him. Dimitri,
Da!
is one of those guys Boris?
Sort of clambers up to the front. No, I do not recognize those people.
Oh, good. Okay.
Um,
Point him out if you see him, and I'll go, because I want to go talk to him and find out why he's such an asshole.
Da. Will do.
None of the comm lines are open.
Why not? You do actually get a hail from the anchor though. After you've been like that for a little bit.
Hello, you've reached What the Fuck. How can I help you?
Captain, are you sure this is the right ship? The other dude's match. Hello, what the fuck? This is SCS cruiser class ship, the Anchor.
Okay, excellent. I don't know what the fuck's up either. What are you talking about?
We're just making first contact with you. We're going to move to the rendezvous point. We were planning on meeting you there, but
Yeah, well, I got there. You took too long, so I came here to meet you.
big ship, hard to maneuver.
Yeah, I know.
But we'll reach that point.
Comfy ship, quick to maneuver.
Can see that. We'll get to the rendezvous point. You'll have your ship dock with ours, and then we'll.
Yep, I saw the docking port. Just when you're in position or when you're ready for me to dock on, let me know.
All right, we'll do. Just follow us to the point then.
All right, and at that point, I'll back off from being in front and.
Yeah, you can cruise alongside it. It's easy to keep
Yeah.
pace. It's big and slow, pretty much. So
Yeah, basically matching right to the port we're going to be connecting up to.
Yep. So you guys reach the docking point. You cruise the what the fuck underneath the ship, and pretty much struts come out from both. They're the maglocks, which are on the bottom. Extra ones are on the bottom of the anchor. They meet and then sort of retract and clip
Yep.
the two ships together almost. The what the fuck actually fits very snugly, sort of right here.
Aww.
Just kind of right into that area on
Nestled
the
in
ship.
perfect.
Combines with it relatively easily. And then a few extra connectors happen just as like
Airlock and so
airlock
forth.
and stuff. The roof-mounted hatch is connected to the to an entrance hatch on the anchor, so you can travel between the ships if you'd like.
Okay.
And once that's done, the anchor sort of reorients itself in the direction that you guys need to be headed in, which is to. I need to not put things away when I still need to have them. Which is towards
Oh.
Colony 47.
Joe says, doing a great job, Greg.
Thanks. Sorry if it's a bit boring right now. We're just handling the technical stuff.
Well, we are at an hour if you want to take a quick break.
We'll take a quick break.
Okay, once we get moving.
Yeah, but the anchor blasts off pretty much. It gets moving a bit a bit faster than it was when you were following it. And you guys are off.
Okay. And I'm sure my ship is already probing.
It's doing some scans.
Alright, so I am going to stop the recording here. I'll put on the be right back thing while we go for a quick break. And then when we come back, we'll see where we're going from there. Alright.